all coming out here. I've never seen Avon Little this packed. My name is Charlie Bell, for those of you who don't know, and this year I've had the honor of directing 6 Degrees of Separation. Now, you may have heard of 6 Degrees of Separation, because this is the theory that everybody on the planet is only separated by 6 people. So that means that I know someone who knows 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 President Obama, who knows Vladimir Putin. Fill in the name, anyone in the world. Now, this theory is used very well in this scene, but really, the important thing you want to take away from this is look inwardly at yourself and think about how you can help others, all right? So, sit back, relax, and enjoy 6 Degrees of Separation.
We were having such a wonderful evening last night.
A friend we hadn't seen for many years came by for dinner.
A friend from South Africa.
Don't say it so pretentiously.
A friend from South Africa.
Gaga.
I'm an art dealer. Private sales, purchases.
We knew our friend from South Africa.
Through our children when they lived in New York.
They had moved back to South Africa.
He was in New York briefly on business and asked us to take him to dinner.
He's King Midas rich. Literally. Gold mines.
70,000 workers in just one gold mine.
But he's always short of cash because his government won't let its people.
It's white people.
Its white people take out any money. So it's like taking in a war baby.
When he called, it was like a bolt from the blue. As I had a deal coming up and was short by...
2 million.
The figure is superfluous.
I hate when you use the word superfluous. I mean, he needed the $2 million, and we hadn't seen Jeffrey in a long time. And while Jeffrey might not have the price of a dinner, he might easily have $2 million.
The girls last night were very churny.
We weren't sucking up. We liked Jeffrey.
It's that awful thing about having truly rich folks for friends.
Face it, the money does get
Only
in.
get the fact of the money shouldn't get in.
Having a rich friend is like drowning, and your friend makes lifeboats. But your friend gets very touchy if you say one word. Lifeboat. Well, that's 2 words. But we were afraid our South African friend might say, "You only like me for my lifeboats." But we liked Jeffrey.
It wasn't a life-threatening evening.
Rich people can do something for you, even if you're not quite sure what it is you want them to do.
Hardly a lifeboat evening.
Pretentious.
But when he called and asked us to take him to dinner, he made a sudden pattern in life's little tea leaves because he wants to go to the banks. Jeffrey called, and our tempest settled into showers and life was manageable. What more can you want?
Listen. It always amazes me when New York is so quiet.
With the kids away, we get used to a lower noise quotient.
Jeffrey, you have to move out of South Africa. You'll be killed. Why do you stay in South Africa?
One has to stay in South Africa in order to educate the black workers. And we'll know we are successful when they kill us.
Putting your life on the line.
Oh, you shouldn't look at it that way. I do wish you would come visit.
Yes, but we'd come visit you and sit in your gorgeous house, planning trips into the townships, demanding to see the poorest of the poor. Are you sure they're the worst off? I mean, we've come all this way. We don't just see people just mildly victimized by apartheid. We demand a shock. It doesn't seem right sitting on the east side talking about revolution.
Jeffrey, what about dinner?
The new Italian looks cheery.
Good. We made reservations.
They wrap up ravioli like saltwater taffy.
6 on a plate for a few $100.
Well, we weren't auditioning, but I kept thinking, $2 million, $2 million.
There has to be some way I can pay you back. Oh, I'll take you on my private jet down to South Africa with me. We can go to the Okavango swamps.
I'll be right back to hear about this swamps.
$2 million, $2 million.
So, tell me about the Césaire.
Mid-period. Landscape of a dark green forest. In the far distance, you see the sunlight. One of his first uses of pale color has to carry the weight of the picture. The experiment that will pay off in the apples. person of color asked to carry so much? The Japanese don't like anything about it, except that it's a Cezanne.
Oh,
I'm sorry to bother you, but I've been hurt, and I don't know where else to go. Your children, I'm a friend of...
And he mentioned our daughter's name.
In the school where they went.
Harvard. You can say Harvard.
We don't want to get into libel.
I was once out there in Central Park by that statue of that Alaskan Husky. I was sitting there wondering why there's a statue of dogs that saved lives in the Yukon in Central Park, and I was sitting there trying to puzzle it out when
Are you okay?
they took my money and my briefcase. My thesis was
His
in there.
shirt's bleeding.
His shirt's not bleeding, he's bleeding.
Not on the rug.
I'm sorry. I get this way around blood. I don't care about the money, but in this age of mechanical reproduction, I managed to take the only copy of my thesis.
I'll call the doctor.
No, I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
We bathed him. We did first aid.
I really should be going.
No, stay.
Nope.
$2 million, $2 million.
You know, really, before I leave New York, I really must
Where
see...
are the bandages?
The Red Cross advises to press the edges of the wound firmly together and wash the area with water.
Okay, really, can I use your phone,
You
please?
darling little coop, just sit back. It's a legit plan. Will you go into Woody's room and get him a clean shirt? Jeffrey, have you seen the new book on Cezanne? I ran down the hall to get the book on Cezanne. Got the gauze from the bathroom. Gave the Cezanne to Flan, who needed the gauze. Gave the gauze to Jeffrey, who wanted the Cezanne. $2 million, $2 million.
He's going to be fine.
And peace was restored.
Your children said you were kind.
Can you believe what the kids said? After telling us how the kids were and how Harvard was, we asked him where home was.
Out west, he said.
But I've lived all over. My parents are divorced. He's remarried. He's doing a movie.
He's in the movies.
He's directing this one, but he does act.
What's he directing?
Cats. Have you seen it?
Well, yes. Years ago.
They thought of a lot of ways that they could do it. Animation.
Animation would be nice.
But he found the better way. He was actually going to turn it down at first. He went to the producers as a courtesy to tell them all the reasons why you couldn't make a movie about cats. And as he was going down the list for why you couldn't make a movie about cats, he came up with a way to make a movie about cats.
Eureka in the bathtub, how wonderful.
Let me ask who.
And it was here. We pulled up ever so slightly. Pulled up closer.
And he told us.
He named the greatest star in the movies, Dick
Don't say it. I'm trying to keep this abstract. Plus libel laws.
Dick Van Dyke. He used to be a lawyer and is terrified of libel. I'm not.
Dad's not in until tomorrow at the Sherry. I came down from Cambridge, figured I'd stay in some flea bag for an adventure. I don't know New York very well. I'm much more familiar with Rome and Paris and Los Angeles.
We're going to dinner. You'll come.
Out to dinner?
Out to dinner.
To make a long story short, we did not go out to dinner. Instead, Paul cooked us a magnificent meal and afterwards entertained us with stimulating conversation about his thesis and politics and his father. Jeffrey was in such a good mood that he willingly invested the $2 million we lacked. So Jeffrey went home, and Flan and I went off to bed. Paul was staying with us until his father arrived the next morning. But when I woke up the next day, I was surprised to find that Paul had brought a male prostitute into our home. As you can imagine, we were scared, but Paul did not steal a thing from us. Nevertheless, Flan and I did some sleuthing work and found out that Paul had gotten all of our information from a boy who went to high school with our children. Things settled down for a while until Paul fooled a college student out of all his savings. The boy committed suicide and he was finally in trouble with the law. It got to the point where I thought about him so much, I sort of admired him. And then he called. Hello?
story in the paper. I didn't know the boy killed himself. He gave me the money.
The boy committed suicide. You stole the money. The girl's pressing charges. They're going to get you. Why not turn yourself in? You can get off easy. Learn why you're trapped. You're so brilliant. You have such promise. You need help.
Would you help me?
What would you want me to do?
Stay with you.
That's impossible.
Why not?
My husband feels you betrayed him.
Do you?
You were a lunatic, and
Do you feel like I betrayed you? If you do, I will hang up and I will never call again. But
where have you been?
traveling, I only visited you. The first people, they went out and left me. And the doctor, he was too eager to please, and then he left. But you and your husband, we all stayed together that night.
What did you want from us?
Everlasting friendship.
Nobody has that.
You do?
They think you might have murdered someone. You stole money.
Honey, could you give me a hand with it? I'll call the police. Sir, I've got that kid on the line. Find out where he is.
Who's there?
Look, why don't you come here? Where are you?
If I come there, you'll have the cops waiting for me.
You have to trust us.
Why should I?
Because we like you.
Where is he?
Who's there?
It's
I'm not here.
Flan.
Look, are you in tonight? I could come and make a feast for you.
Well, we're just going out, but you could be here when we get back.
Are you nuts? Telling a crook we're going out? The house is empty.
I say hi to Flan.
Paul says hi.
Hi. Thank you. He was very... Paul, you were very helpful in getting me this contract.
Really? Because I was thinking that's what I could do, what you do. In art, but making money out of art, and meeting people and not sitting behind a
You only
desk.
see the glam side of it. There's a whole grotty side that
I could learn the grotty.
you have to have art history. You have to have language. You have to have economics.
I'm fast. I could do it. I mean, do your kids wanna?
No, it's not really a profession you hand down from generation to generation. What the hell am I talking career counseling to you? You embarrass me. You stole money. There's a warrant out for your...
Paul, don't hang up. Paul, are you still there? You made him hang up.
No, I'm here.
Who are you? What's your real name?
If you let me stay with you, then I'll tell you. That was the happiest night of my life.
There's so much you don't know. You're so smart and so stupid.
Never call me
You
stupid.
have some flexibility. You're stupid not to realize what you could be.
What could I be?
So much.
With you beside me?
Perhaps. Go to the police.
Would you take me?
I will deliver you to them with kindness and affection.
And I'll plead guilty, and I'll go to prison and serve a few months. And then I'll get out, and I can come work for you and
We'll
begin...
figure that out.
I'm at Waverly Theater on 6th and 3rd Street.
We'll be there in a half hour.
I'll give you 15 minutes grace time.
We'll be there, Paul. We love you.
Lisa, I love you. Lisa Kitteridge.
We'll have a wonderful life. We called the police and told them where he was and asked them to wait for us until we got there. We go, traffic on Fifth Avenue.
We get there. I run into the theater. No one.
A young man, have you seen him?
The girl at the box office said the police were there, had arrested a young man, dragged him kicking and screaming into a squad car. He was a kid waiting on his family. We could never get through or find out.
We weren't family.
The police officer was transferred.
We didn't know Paul's name. We called the precinct. Another precinct and made the arrest. Why? Were there other charges? We couldn't find out. We weren't family. We didn't know Paul's name. We called the district attorney. We weren't family. We didn't know Paul's name. I called criminal courts. I wasn't family. I didn't know Paul's name.
Why does it mean so much to you?
He wanted to be us. Everything we are, this paltry thing, our life. He wanted it. He stabbed himself to get in here. He envied us. Not enough to be envied.
He could have killed me and you.
I read somewhere that everybody on this planet is connected by 6 people. 6 degrees of separation between us and everybody on this planet. The President of the United States, Gondolier and Venice, just fill in the names. I find it extremely comforting that we're all so close. I also find it like Chinese water torture that we're so close, but you have to find the right 6 people to make the right connection. I am bound. You are bound